shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Benny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. The city's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Annie, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Andy, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning Frederick, rise and shine. A city so.
Hi, I'm Ashley Schweinhart from Tree Trekkers Frederick, and you are watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Friday, February 28th, the last day of the month. I'm your host, Danny Gurry. Thank you so much for joining us. How is everybody today? Oh, we got Tara. Happy Friday, Frederick. Have a fantastic weekend. Oh, yes. So happy it is Friday. Say hi to Mama Cone. She is with us as well, as always. She has to be. I don't think it's forced, but I appreciate her being, her and Tara, biggest fans. I love it every single day. Leave a comment and do our best to read them on the show throughout. Let's talk about what the show's going to be about today. We got Bob Miller joining us from WFMD's Morning News Express with local news, weather, and sports. Chris has tired. He had to be at the station overnight with some issues there, so he needs to go home and get some sleep. We're going to go over, of course, all the events happening in Frederick. Well, actually, we're just going to highlight because there's so much to highlight. And that just tells you how many events we have here in Frederick every single day. Then you're going to meet Inga James. She is from two organizations, Trauma Responsive Frederick and Nonprofit Growth Strategies. We talk about both of them when we speak with her. And then live, right before about 9:45, the Flying Cows are back. The home opener is tonight. And every Friday, we're going to get an update from the team on what is happening. It's really a lot of fun to be back. Now, I said yesterday, I am not the official MC for the Flying Cows this year. Schedule just not allowing that. However, I will be there at the game. And in the second quarter, Good Morning Frederick and myself will be in center court to do a trivia contest called What Do You Know About Frederick? So hopefully you come out to the game, you go up to the people and say, hey, I want to play that game, because we're going to be giving away some great prizes throughout the season with the Flying Cows. And I'll also have a table there set up, and I'll have my camera, and we'd love to record you saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick. And I'd love to play that on the show. And we might be asking you some other questions that we will use throughout the season as well. So make sure you stop by and see me. Oh, what? You don't have tickets to the game tonight? Well, if you would like tickets to the game tonight, all you have to do is text me right now. Just text Say, hey, Danny, I'd love to go to the game tonight. I would love to see the Flying Cows. All you have to do is just send a text to 888-465-2944. I've got 2 family 4-packs of tickets for tonight's game. It is 7 p.m. at Hood College. I also have tickets to Sunday's game, which I believe is at 3 o'clock. I got to get all this scheduling back up. We're going to cover that in our What's Happening in Frederick. So I also have tickets to give away for that game and throughout the season. So put me on speed dial. Make sure you know 888-465-2944 is the phone number. And I'll make sure that is more evident streaming across the bottom of the screen so that 465-2944, here we go. We're going to put it right up right here so you can see it. 888-465-2944. Just send a text. That's our Good Morning Frederick text line. Send a text and I'll let you know if you've won right away, obviously, because you need to make plans for tonight's game. All right, today is the last day to get your Good Morning Frederick merch and benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. The shop will be open at 11 a.m. and until 4 p.m. today. So scooch by on your lunch break or see if you can get a few minutes to swing by and get your merch. Tomorrow, we'll have a brand new nonprofit. And Mama Cone and I are going to be at the home of Everything Frederick for First Saturday out front selling Good Morning Frederick merch. And you'll be able to get it at a discount if you pay with Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. We're going to be selling stuff at a discount, or you come by and just get your free chapstick because we do that no matter every single day. Okay. Remember that number, 888-465-2944. Send me a text if you want to go see the cows. All right. Bob Miller is in the studio. Let's get started to see what's happening locally. I went to you. I totally skipped over the open of the show and everything else. It just shows
go
I'm
right ahead and do
exhausted.
it.
Well, we got it.
Feel free.
Let me just thank Hard Home Solutions. Today's the last day for their sponsorship, and got to contact Steve if you need any work around your house. Hardhomesolutions.com, HART, hardhomesolutions.com. There we go. Beautiful way to wrap up the week and the month right there.
I reached out to them yesterday and to come maybe to look at some property and do some work. So we'll see how good he is. You know,
there you
right
go.
Up the street in
there you
Kmart,
go.
right?
He did some work in my master bathroom. I needed some work done. And they also, while they were there, I was like, hey, do you paint? And he said, yeah. And I said, great. Can you paint that room for me too? And he did. So it's amazing when you bring in somebody to do work, how you start looking around real quick and going, what else do I not want to do?
Right.
That would be so much easier to pay somebody else to do.
Yeah, and the people who are able to do that, you know, you see all the people on your Facebook page. Oh, look at me! I redid my countertops, and I took out and I repainted all my cabinets, and I'm like, shut up.
I know. I follow those people on social all the time and think I could probably do that, and then I go, no.
Yeah,
it just I love it. I love these women who are like redoing their entire houses, like using tools and cutting stuff and redecorating and building stuff. And I'm like, I have so much appreciation for it. And I think, well, I could probably do it, but there's just no way. No way.
So what happens, and I'm just like most men, is that I start off strong. I know that, and then all of a sudden, you know, like, oh, I can paint those cabinets, honey. I'll just take them all off. We'll label them. I'll sand them. I'll paint them. And then about 2 cabinets in, I'm like, I'm done. I don't know what to do. I could just have it, leave it like that. I don't care, honey. That's kind of who I am.
Starter, not finisher. That my husband's pretty much the same. That is like most men. That's for sure.
I get bored and I want to move on to something else. So there you go. No Chris today. No Chris. The big wimp.
Yeah, he said he had to be in the station overnight.
Yeah, I know. You know, every now and then something happens, and you know, poor Chris, he moved out of the country, and decided that it would be, beneficial for him to move out of the country. And I'm like, well, in case something happens at the station, you better have a bed rack or a bedroll to sleep at the station. So
Yeah. Not fun when you have to do all that driving and
it,
still get up early. So
it's not fun. I mean, I remember one time, and I'll make a short story really long and boring. When I was doing the IT stuff, and they wanted to do an upgrade on the Profit or whatever it was called at the time, and they're like, "We're going to do it at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon," and I'm like, "Why on a Friday afternoon? What if something goes wrong?" Nothing's going to go wrong. Well, everything went wrong. I mean, it shut the stations down. It was horrible. And by midnight, I think it was, of me screaming, because I mean, I was doing that work, but I'm not the greatest at that. I kept going, can't we just go back to the old version? Can't we go back to the old version? No, we'll figure it out. And they kept, they're in the system, and then, the guy goes, I'm going to call my next guy, and that guy's going to call the next guy. And finally, at about 11:30, they called the guy who wrote the program, and guess what he said? Go back to the old version until we figure out what was wrong with it. And I'm like, there's your sign.
I know. My husband is an IT guy, boy, and he's like, oh, we're just going to get you back to where you were right before all this happened, and then we'll figure it out.
Right. Yep. And that's, and we all know the job of an IT person is, Danny calls, there's something wrong with my computer. All right. It's going to take me about 20, 30 minutes to figure it out. Go do something else. Shut the door. You take a nap. You set it for, 15, 20 minutes. You set your alarm. You wake up. You reboot. Everything's good. Right?
You would love that explanation.
Or it's an EBSAC, an error between the seat and keyboard.
ID10T.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Is there an ID10T error on your screen? What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
There's your sign.
Yeah.
All right. You want to know what's going on in the world? No, not.
Sure.
It wasn't a really big weekend. I guess the big story is not necessarily in Frederick, and we'll talk about Frederick, but the Gene Hackman thing is really bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. Really weird. I thought originally, I'm like, oh, probably carbon monoxide, that seems to make sense. And then all these little details are coming out going, that's odd. Oh, that's really odd. Oh, weird.
Yeah, and I don't know if you got to hear the 911 call, the 911 call, where it was like, there's people who are laying on the floor. Well, are they alive? I don't know. They're laying on the floor. Are they moving? No, they're not moving. Get somebody out here. And again, the operator's trying to get all the information that he possibly can, but I'm just like, wow. And he's like, well, can you get into the house? He goes, no, I'm just a caretaker. I don't have a key to the house, so. But it is kind of
like the yard people or whatever found them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I thought they said a door was ajar.
I mean, obviously there could have been, but I'm not sure. I'm just going by that last story with the 911 call. And there was a bottle of pills by her head, and then the dog was not beside him, but now in the closet. I don't know. There's all kind. It's a weird. And then they were getting mummified, which is mean they were gone for a while.
Ugh, awful. That is just absolutely so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And the other thing is that it's because it's him that we're going to find out all the details, and they're trying to get him as quickly as possible and get all that sorted details out. And maybe we should just wait until we find a definitive answer to this one. So that's.
Oh no, we got to speculate. We got to tell the stories. We got to spin the yarn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it'll come back that I don't know. They just went to sleep. I don't know. Who knows? He was 95, I think, right?
Right. Yeah, he was older, and she was at least 20 years his junior. Yeah. So we'll wait and see. Maybe he was sick, or maybe and it was I don't know. I can speculate too, but I'd rather not. Just rather figure out. Of course, my thought process obviously was everybody else's, carbon monoxide.
Immediately when they said that all that happened, I thought, oh, maybe that is what's going on. So
yeah. All right. In the news around Frederick, though, a Frederick County Health Department data shows that 34 animals tested positive for rabies in Frederick County in 2024,
Wow.
which is a slight increase from 2023. More than 250 animals were tested last year. Out of the 34 animals that had rabies, 21 were raccoons, 4 were skunks, 4 were cats, and 3 were groundhogs. A cow and a fox also tested positive. Last year's rabies numbers of rabid animals was the highest since 2017, when there was 36. Now, of course, we all know how rabies is spread. And if you think of an animal could have rabies, please do whatever you can to stay away from it and call animal control. That's the smartest thing that you can do. I think maybe Chris might have mentioned this one a little earlier, maybe yesterday. Detectives from Montgomery County Special Victims Investigation Unit have arrested a Rockville man for sexually assaulting a child, and concerned that there may be more additional victims. 37-year-old Wilmer Alvarado Gomez allegedly assaulted the child in the area of Parkland Drive in Rockville, also accused of sending sexual explicit photos to his victim. If you think that maybe your child might have been involved, there is a number to call: Special Victims Investigations Division, 240-773-5400. We got a chance to talk to yesterday to the chief of police. And obviously there was a story about a state trooper who, had a lack of judgment, integrity, whatever you want, now going to jail for drugs and other things. And we had the chief of police on yesterday and talked about, and he had a chief of the day with him, talked about how the temptation could be there. I mean, we've all seen Lethal Weapon, right? We've all seen where the stack of cash is there, and it's like, yeah, go ahead, take it. They'll never miss it. But they said, and Chief Lando said, we've been in those situations where you're looking at $1 million in a duffel bag, and you're like, it's there. And he goes, but then you realize you're not there to grab and growl for yourself. You're there to protect the people and make sure that everything is up and up. So that's why the integrity comes into place.
Yeah, really tough. Look, I get it, but the problem is the few officers who have had a lack of judgment, integrity, unfortunately, sour the basket. And so,
right.
Because they highlight so often when those people make mistakes, I feel like, it's just, you got to shine the spotlight on the good ones more than the bad ones.
I will tell you a story, and the statute of limitations are gone. I worked at a radio station, and we were at a party, and one of the ladies who worked there, her husband was a police officer in the town that we were working in. And she had a few and let it fly that they arrested a guy who broke into a liquor store and stole a bunch of booze and stuff. But they were having a holiday party, and he took some of the bottles that the guy was arrested for, and apparently he was like, I stole more than that.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, well, as long as you had a good holiday party, I wasn't there for it. So
That's right. As long as everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Looks like another beautiful day in Frederick. Mid-50s for your high today under mostly sunny skies. The same deal for tonight. We're going to have partly cloudy, 42, as we look in towards the weekend and the first day of March, 51 under partly cloudy. It's either, I say mostly sunny. Let's say mostly sunny skies tomorrow, 51, and 21 for your low. Into the weekend is going to get a little bit chillier Sunday and Monday. Maybe low 60s with some rain towards the beginning of next week into the middle of the week as well. So that's going to be nice. And, of course, obviously, remember, next weekend we spring back or spring forward.
Yeah. Lose an hour, but spring forward.
Yes. Philip Broberg scored twice to help the Blues beat the Capitals 5-2 on Thursday night, inching closer to a final playoff spot, handing the top team in the East a rare second loss in a row. Shailene Sellers had 21 of her 25 points in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter. Number 19 Maryland ladies pulled off and beat Indiana 74-60 on Thursday night. Fairfield defeated the Mount ladies 81-61. Now, in a statement from Justin Tucker, Ravens kicker, of course, he is under some hot water, said he's devastated that anyone I have worked with would not have felt respected or valued as a professional, but more importantly, as a person. To anyone who has felt that otherwise, I am sorry, Tucker continued. He goes, I want you to know that I am committed to ensuring everyone that I interact with and continues to feel that I respect them and care about them being a human being. So we'll see exactly what we know, that more women have come out and said that he has not acted appropriately during body treatment sessions.
Yeah. This is with the physical therapist, right?
Well, the massages
Yeah,
and physical therapists and stuff like that. So
I think one of the companies that actually, and I don't know if it's with Justin Tucker in particular, but there's a company in Frederick, RP Motion, who actually works on many of the Ravens players. Yeah.
They weren't they out at the soccer venue, the indoor soccer place?
Probably. I don't know.
That's where I met them. I think they were there when Tony Chiquilla owned it. Out there
at Fisk. At Fisk. Yes.
Frederick Indoor Soccer Center. Yeah. So that's where I saw them. Yes, and they did work on Baltimore Ravens players. So yeah.
All women owned that organization. So I hope everybody's okay. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. So there you go. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, first day of March, springing forward. Oh goodness!
So does that mean Does that mean already first Saturday tomorrow?
First Saturday is tomorrow. We will be at the home of everything Frederick, Mama Cone, and I selling Good Morning Frederick merch, including our St. Patrick shirts. And
do you have one of those that you can show?
Oh,
you're not wearing one, are you? You got green on.
I do. I'm Flying Cows today.
Oh, okay.
Home opener for the Flying Cows tonight at Hood at 7 p.m. And I'm going to be doing a second quarter timeout break, a Good Morning Frederick prize winning with Frederick Trivia. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll have a table set up there from before game time through halftime where you can get some good goodies. But I will I've got a shirt for you when you're not back before St. Patrick's, so you'll have to get one for next year. But I'll
Are your Frederick questions hard or easy?
Two are hard, one's really easy, and they only have to get one right to win. I like I don't like to not have winners when I'm doing a contest, right? You don't want kids crying, you don't want adults crying, so I always make sure to help out a little bit in case somebody, you don't want to make people look fool. I don't mind looking foolish. I don't like to make other people look foolish.
Yeah. So like if you were to do one, and we have not discussed this in advance. If you do one, it's like, where is Francis Scott Key buried?
Yeah. So my handy assistant, Mama Cone.
Other way. There you go. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, top of the morning. It's not a good morning. It's top of the morning to you, Frederick.
Yeah, well, it says at the bottom, may the sun rise up to greet you. So
I like it. I like that.
Yeah, isn't it cool? So
it's very cool. Looks like it's nice. It looks like nice fabric.
Oh, super soft. Super soft. Mama Cone is awesome.
I like it.
She had it ready. She's my Vanna White. Love it.
So back to the question real quick before I go. So the question is, the trivia, where is Francis Scott Key buried? If somebody said in the ground, they could win, right?
They could win. I would let them win, of course. I would just clarify in the ground at Mount Olivet Cemetery right here in Frederick. But, it's all good. Again, I don't want anybody to feel foolish. I want them to have a great time. So
I actually have somewhere, and I'm sure you have it now, a Frederick County trivia question book.
Oh, I don't have one.
I do have one somewhere. I don't know I can't remember who wrote it, but I have one. Obviously I'm packing stuff up, so I don't have it right handy.
I know. It's all good. I've done some research. There's only 3 questions. They just have to get one right. So I think I'm pretty good. I'm going to do some fun questions too. So it'll be fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
All
sure
right.
if you're doing it, it'll be good. Thank you, young lady.
All right. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy packing up, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Good day, Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. And good morning to you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See you later. He was still talking. I apologize for that. Okay, after the break, we're going to go over a highlight of all the events. We got Inga James from Trauma Responsive Frederick and Nonprofit Growth Strategies, and we'll be live with the Flying Cows. They're back. The home opener is tonight, and we're going to get an update from them. Also, just real quick, okay, here's the phone number. All right. 888-465-2944. If you'd like to go see the cows tonight or Sunday, you got to text that number. Also, a reminder: today is the last day to win that really cool basket of goodies from our friends at Antietam Travel. You got to go to antietamtravel.com. You're going to /vacations/weddings-honeymoons. If you go to antietamtravel.com, I got to try to find an easier way to get there. I'm not sure there is one, but I'll have that up throughout the show as well. And we'll make sure that that you can enter to win. And no purchase necessary, obviously. All right, so we got to pay some of the bills. First, real quick, because we had Pulling for Veterans joining us this morning. Our friend Michelle Payton is watching this morning. Thank you so much. Good morning to you. And we help you move. Also, checking in this morning on Good Morning Frederick. Appreciate all of you. Also, more than you absolutely know. All right, we're going to do everything else right after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
There's no more essential piece of jewelry than your wedding band, and Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend is the best time to get one. Enjoy the area's largest selection of quality, made-to-last wedding bands in every price range and style, and all on sale. Save an extra $100 on your purchase when you book an appointment, and take advantage of our special financing options. Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend, March 20th through 22nd. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
All right, let's go over what's happening in Frederick. All right, Happening in Frederick is sponsored by our friends at Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more. Well, we've almost been on a year, so they're probably 35 years old now. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything you can put on your floor, they can handle. They can do refinishing, new installations. Call them today. 301-948-9663. That's 301-948-WOOD. Ask for Jeff. He will take care of you, or I'll kick his butt. It's my little brother there. So go to atlaswoodfloors.net, atlaswoodfloors.net, and get that taken care of. All right, we're going to breeze through this week's events that are notable and coming soon. Of course, Flying Cows tonight, and would love to send you there. Let's see, here we go. I got to scroll down here. There's the number, 888-465-2944. If you want to go see the cows tonight at 7 p.m., the nonprofit of the game is Celebrate Frederick. The Flying Cows give back in huge ways, and we love that. All right, March 1st, first Saturday, downtown Frederick, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mama Cone and I are going to be at the home of everything Frederick from 11 a.m. probably till about 3 p.m. Out front, we're going to have Good Morning Frederick gear, which will be at a discount outside if you pay like by cash, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. Plus, just stop by and see us, and you're going to get a free chapstick. That happens every single day at the home of everything Frederick. Plus, Queen Bee, Tina Williams, will be out with us. She's got some amazing candles she'll be selling out front. And every single weekend now, we have booth space available to local businesses. You can contact me. You'll be able to set up. If it's nice weather, outside. If the weather's kind of crap, we'll be inside. But if you are looking for a place to set up in downtown Frederick, this includes first Saturdays. This includes every Saturday and Sunday. Right now, we've got March and April. The schedule is open, and we would love to have you out there. Look, the home of everything Frederick was established because Shannon Flannery wanted to give Frederick an extension of the group Everything Frederick and More. Inside the shop, there's stuff from local artisans, locally made. We have some fun Maryland gear, Route 1 apparel. We've got all kinds of goodies, okay? And you can come in. We've got some really comfy couches and chairs. You've seen them on my interviews that I do. And you can come hang out. So maybe you're between appointments and you got to be downtown and you need a place to hang out. Right now, the shop is open Wednesdays to Sundays, 11 to 4. We're looking to extend that as daylight savings comes. We'll be open a little bit later. But look, we all have jobs and, this shop costs money to run and we're trying to make it work. And so by offering these booth spaces to local companies, they are supporting us, which supports everyone. So that's what it's all about. Okay. So if you know of a local business that's looking to just get out into the community, maybe give stuff away, maybe market themselves, maybe sell, we'd love that. We want you to come down and experience it. So be on the lookout, spread the word. We'd love to have everybody out there. All right, there's all sorts of great stuff happening on first Saturday, including the IBR bull riding at Carroll County Ag Center, Mardi Gras dueling pianos at William Talley Rec Center, rooted in the community at True Standard. That is happening as well. And there's a throwback party at Benstown. I forgot to get the information, but I think today at Hood College, there is an economic summit, I think, or something happening. And our ladies from Sustainable Frederick, I think is what their organization, part of the city, is. They're going to be out there talking about the canopy issue. And if you're a resident of the city of Frederick, you have the possibility to purchase, or you can purchase trees at a huge discount. In fact, Ash and I purchased 3 trees. You can only get 3 max for $30. They're 3-gallon, tubs of trees, which I think is a great deal. And they're all native, which is really important too. But anyway, they're going to be on the show on Monday. I couldn't get them on today. So anyway, if you're at Hood College for that summit or whatever, there's a ton of vendors talking about environmental things. You can do that. You can see them there today. Sunday, yes, 3 p.m., the Flying Cows. So I have tickets to tonight at 7 p.m. or Sunday at 3 p.m. There's the number on the screen, 888-465-2944, and we'd love to see you. Next week, March 4th, the ribbon cutting for Midnight Baker and Punk and Peasant Pierogi. It's going to be a full Mardi Gras celebration at Maryland Bakes. You want to join for that. March 5th is the beginning of the Unity campaign. I'm going to be talking to Aaron Lawson early next week so we can kick that off. Huge, huge fundraiser for 37 local organizations. Then March 6th, I'm going to be at the Boomtown, the Story of Frederick, not premiere because it's already premiered, but showing at the 5 o'clock show. So, but tickets are available for March 6th, 5 and 6. Rhonda said 7:15 is sold out, or March 13th is the second run of Boomtown Frederick. Then coming up, there's a lot on March 8th as well. Leprechaun Luau, the Murder Mystery Party at Dragon Distillery. And there's a really cool, the native plants alternatives, right? Because we're trying to get rid of the invasive plants and plant natives to help our flora and fauna sustain our area. The Maple Syrup Festival is coming up for Cunningham Falls State Park. And March 9th, the boats, I think they come out of the water March 8th, actually. They're gone. So if you haven't been down to see them, you need to do that ASAP. And you can vote for your favorite boat. It ends on March 9th. Then coming up on the 13th, again, that second showing of Boomtown this month, or for month of March, Dinner in the Dark. Join me. That's going to be a fun event where you get blindfolded and have dinner and raise money for Leader Dogs for the Blind. March 15th, I'm going to be pulling all the St. Patrick's Day fun, but from 7 to 11, you can go to the 20th annual Retro Prom. And March 15th is the Home and Garden Expo. We're going to go over all the other stuff next week, but we're kind of running into a time crunch today. There's so much happening, and I want to make sure and get to it all. Now, remember, if you have an event you want included on the calendar, all you have to do is email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. We're going to take our quick second ad break here to our sponsors support us. We want to support them. Then we'll be right back with Inga James, and we'll be live with the Flying Cows. All of that comes up just after this.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding. They can do your windows and gutters and even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net or visit them online, ansconstruction.net. Remember, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Danny sent you. You can also see her at the Home and Garden Show on March 15th and 16th. All right, let's talk with Inga James. She represents a couple great organizations here in Frederick. Here she is. I have the pleasure of speaking with Inga James, the former executive director of Hartley House, and you are now part of Trauma Responsive Frederick, a nonprofit, and you've just launched Nonprofit Growth Strategies of Maryland. So you didn't take leaving Hartley House and decide to retire. You're now doing lots of great things for our nonprofits and the community here in Frederick. So welcome to Good Morning Frederick.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I have a friend who told me that you can't say you're retiring, you say you're refiring.
I love it. I love it. Yes, that's great. Let's talk a little bit, because we did talk with Dr. Rachel Mandel over the summer about Trauma Responsive Frederick, but I think it's very important to keep that organization top of mind for some corporate partners who may need to enlist your services. Remind people what Trauma Responsive Frederick is all about.
The primary main goal is to create a trauma responsive community. So it's social change and norm change. And we are working towards that goal, that broad social change, through education, advocacy, and collaboration. And so we're working on kind of in the back room, doing training and public awareness events, and social media, doing things to help people understand the impacts of trauma. I mean, and pretty much what trauma is and how it impacts us, and why we have to be mindful of it.
Yeah, and that's a heavy lift, obviously, and it's continuum, right? So as things change, the needs of the community may change, and so keeping people aware and top of mind of how they can be supportive during traumatic times is so important.
Exactly. And there are many traumatic times. We had COVID, so we suffered from what we know as collective trauma.
Right,
Everybody was impacted, even if they don't feel like it. Our lives are changed because of COVID, and
right.
there's some trauma behind that.
And I think, look, I think this kind of segues perfectly into the new organization that you have, which is the Nonprofit Growth Strategies of Maryland, where you can go into a nonprofit organization to help them deal with issues like this. Is that what you're doing with that organization?
Absolutely. So I consider myself a change management expert. I've basically been able to raise 5 nonprofits, either out of the ashes because there was leadership malfeasance and they were about to close down, or um, I exponentially increased their budget over a period of time. So I know organizational change very, very well, and have done it numerous times.
Yeah.
And so my role at Nonprofit Growth Strategies of Maryland is to do the things that the leadership of the organization can't do, which a lot of times means stakeholder management, making sure there's two-way communication between staff and leadership to break down that resistance. The staff have to feel heard, for example, and oftentimes leadership botches that communication.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that
Because it's
happens in the corporate world as much as in the nonprofit world, but I get where you're you're going with that.
Yeah, so there's somebody to take the pressure off that, to know that internally the organization is being taken care of while leadership is managing the issue of lost funding or leadership transition, or whatever it might be.
Right. So organizations who might be watching right now that would what would they be dealing with right now that would we would suggest that they contact you so that you can help them get through? I mean, obviously you mentioned one like a lack of funding or frozen funds that may require them to make some tough decisions down the road. What other types of examples are these organizations dealing with?
Some are dealing with some restructuring. So they see their organization as not being as efficient as it could be if they moved some things around.
Mm,
But that can be a big blow to staff, especially if you don't communicate with them.
right, right.
And not everybody is going to be in favor of it.
Of
So
course.
everybody has to be heard, though.
Yeah.
Um, so my job would to be go in and make sure that communication is happening. Make sure that staff understand, as much as management can let them know, understand what's going on, so they don't feel left in the dark. Because you know what happens when you're left in the dark? People make assumptions, and
Yeah.
they aren't usually favorable.
No, no, not typically, not typically. No, and that really does, having somebody like you in helps to alleviate more of the rumor mill or people saying things that are inaccurate because they don't know. And yeah, that can, help with PR overall
Mhm.
for that organization by making sure everybody does understand from the first minute. Do you think that a board member or a board of a nonprofit would also look to bring you in if they were looking to make some changes as well to help from maybe they want to make a leadership change? Do they bring you in early so that you can help them navigate that whole situation?
I'm trying to think of that movie with, I think it was George Clooney, where he went into organizations and fired people.
Yeah.
That was his job, and organizations hired him to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking of that, but because it's really much more, if there's going to be an amiable separation. So,
Right.
Somebody's retiring or somebody's going on to
Right.
another job or whatever it might be. But I don't really get involved in the HR stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think that would be very fun either. But anyway, yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's really cool. Okay. So if people want to find out more about either organization, where do they go? Because the trauma responsive Frederick, that is really for like leaders of community organizations or corporations who want to train. Make sure I have this right. I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. It's on a larger scale. It's for trauma responsive, right? You guys are teaching organizations how to help deal with this trauma that maybe an organization is dealing with, maybe the greater population is dealing with, um, on that level. Is that correct?
Yes, and getting them to try and think in a trauma responsive way so that becomes institutionalized in their recruitment, in their workforce development, their financial
Right.
operations, those kinds of things.
And so to reach out to you for that, what's the website for that?
Trauma responsive Frederick, all one word, .org.
.org. Okay, that's a .org. And then if people are interested in having speaking with you about nonprofit growth strategies of Maryland, what is that web address?
Well, it's a long one too. It's nonprofitgrowthstrategies.net.
.net. Okay, that's good. I got that. We'll make sure those are on screen while we're chatting so people can get in touch with you about that. If there was one thing you'd want people to know about nonprofit growth strategies of Maryland, what would that be? What would the one takeaway be?
I think the one takeaway is that I offer tailored services that are appropriate for every situation, each situation I go into, and that I'm not a cookie cutter firm. And then I'm a client-centered organization. I'm not interested in taking on 10 clients when I can only handle 5 well.
Right.
So, yes.
Well, that's excellent. Well, Inga, I know you are making an impact in a positive way on our community here in Frederick. We're so happy that you are here with these organizations, and wish you all the success with the nonprofit growth strategies. We don't think you need luck at all, though. I know it's going to be very successful, and we look forward to hearing more about this in the coming months.
Thank you so much. It's great to be on, Danny.
All right. Want to thank her for that really informative session. Want to say good morning. We got some more people joining. Connie DeGrange is on. Good morning. Happy Friday, Connie. Of course, Shannon Flannery and Pulling for Veterans says great information. So she just texted Inga, we love that as well. All right, we got Chris Jenkins, General Manager from the Flying Cows, joining us. We're going to talk about all the great stuff happening. It is the home opener for the Flying Cows tonight. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick, Chris.
Hey, Danny, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you? Are you holding up okay? I know there's a lot of work that goes into starting the season, so I know that you're been quite busy.
Yeah, we're doing our best, but no, all good. We're on a good pace. Sorry if there's any background noise. The guys are just getting here at the gym to do a little morning shoot around, so they're all fired up downstairs right
Well,
now.
we love to hear that kind of noise in the background because we know our team is getting ready to take. Now, who are they playing tonight?
So we're playing the Capital Seahawks. They're a new team in the league, but going to be one of our bigger rivals for sure. So we have a good
Oh
relationship
boy.
with the ownership group over there. But they're a new team. They're out of DC, playing out of Bowie State and PG County. So they're going to be our closest regional rival. Talent, like roster-wise, they might have the most talented roster in the league. A bunch of former NBA guys, a couple guys people will know that they saw from Reading last year with their point guard Akil Carr. Talent-wise, they're loaded. But we're pretty good too. So
We're the Flying Cows,
yeah.
Chris.
So
Come on now.
we'll play them 6 times this year. So it's going to be a
Wow.
real competitive rivalry, I think.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so I think the last time we chatted with Keenan, we couldn't divulge exactly the rosters. Things were still being finalized. So tell us who's back from last year on the team, and maybe you can introduce the others, the starters as well on the Flying Cows.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 4 guys back from last year. Only 2 of them for this week. So Tavares, everyone's favorite, number 8, the captain from last year, he's back. He's ready. He's in great shape. He's ready to go. And then Damian, our point guard, he was number 2 last year. He'll be number. We're actually selling both of their jerseys tonight with their last names, and numbers, and all that.
My
so,
Mama Cone's favorite is Damien, so she'll be so
yeah,
happy to
those
know that he is back as well.
yeah. So those 2 are back. They'll both be here tonight. And then Kyle Stewart, number 7, one of our better players as well. He will be here next week. He just finished up he played a season over in Oman, so he's actually on a flight right now,
Wow.
coming back. He'll be here sometime mid next week. And then Charlie, another one of everyone's favorite, Charlie Buckets, Charlie Marquardt. He is playing in Canada right now in the league's sister league, the BSL. So he should be here at some point in April. It depends how successful they are. They're a really good team, so there's a chance they can make a really deep run. But basically, as soon as that season's done, we're planning on Charlie being here after that. So that would be all the returners. New guys, I'm looking down there right now. A couple really exciting ones. We've got a few guys from Reading last year who we played a bunch. So
Reading, I think they got picked apart by the whole
league.
They have some good players, though.
A little bit, yeah, they're really good. So a lot of talent. So 3 guys. Ronald Scott, one of their starting guards, he should be a real big contributor for us. Richard Rivers, and then Javon Adams, who was the guy number 24. He had a big afro last year and just dunked all over us. We went and got him. So
that was smart.
Yeah. So he's here as well. No big hair anymore. He cut it, but he looks great as well. So those 3, Martavian Payne is a guy that came out from St. Louis, who was in the TBL championship last year. He's a scorer. And I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. Quantel Denson's a guy who was supposed to be here last year, but ended up taking a coaching opportunity. He's another one of Coach Ed's guys that he's had for years and years. So he's a TBL vet, very similar to Tavares, and that he's been with Coach forever, won some championships in the league. So another veteran presence is going to be good for us.
Yeah, so this, the Flying Cows kind of reminds me of my Washington Commanders. We had a great first year, right? So now people want to come to the team, which I love. And of course, because Coach Ed is amazing, he's back, right? So we got Coach Ed Corporal. And I know a lot of guys have either played for him or against him and really want to be a part of this program, which is exciting too. What is the plan for opening weekend? What's happening tonight?
So it's a big one. There's a lot going on tonight. So crowd's going to be really, really good, really fun, just like opening night last year. Where all the reserve seats, courtside seats, VIP seats, all those are sold out. We do have some general admission left. There's a good chance we sell out, so I'd recommend getting your tickets. But I would send the message that don't freak out. If it gets close to game time, we will post if there's any sold out messaging. We will make sure that's known. So unless you see that, like, you're good. So we want to fill this place up. So things we have going on tonight, we'll have a little surprise like last year with some live cows outside that people can take their pictures with. We'll have a contest with that. So it's actually going to be two cows this year. And there'll be a bunch of signs and QR codes outside where you can scan for a chance to you scan guess the weight of the 2 cows, and the closest guess, the winner will receive a free 4 to 5 day cruise.
Wow.
To Bermuda for 2. So that's in partnership with Kim Mogard of Cruise Planners, who's local here, and then Royal Caribbean. So that's a really, and she'll be here. She'll have a table set up where she's doing some giveaways. She has some other discounted cruise vouchers and things like that for everyone that wants to tap in. But only one person's winning.
Yeah, but that's great.
Yeah,
Fun.
and then tonight's black out the barn, so we'll be giving out some glow sticks, things like that. Turn the lights off a bunch, making it a cool environment. So everyone that is coming, definitely wear your black. With all that said, we do have a game on Sunday as well. We don't want to forget about that. So good crowd for that, already forming. That one, it's our superhero day, so we're giving out superhero masks to the first 200 kids, I believe. Bunch of things with capes, and it's also our camp day. So we've had a ton of really successful youth camps over the past year. So we've invited all those campers to come to the game for free. So you'll see a ton of kids. There'll be a camp all-star game. That'll be a really fun one as well. That one is also against a new team in the league called the Jersey Shore Breaks. So they're out of Jersey Shore, northern Jersey. On I think Middletown is technically where they're based out of. They should be really good too.
Awesome. It's going to be an amazing weekend at Hood College. It's the Woodsboro Bank Arena.
Yep.
On the campus of Hood College. Can't forget them. Hospitality suite or hospitality area will still be open, right?
Yeah, so we've actually made some changes this year that I think fans will like. So I'm up here on the balcony right now. So we've actually cut off half of this balcony up here, rearranged it from suites to a new area called the watering hole. So that's our game day bar. So this year it has capacity for about 60 to 70 people. So it's not everyone can come rushing up here because the balcony can only handle so much weight, fire code wise. So it'll be about 60, 70 to people. So I recommend getting here early. We run cow hour for the first hour. So $5 beer and canned cocktails. But yeah, so it should be really cool. So that's a new side. We'll also have the original hospitality room open as well, to where you can go into the room, watch the game on the stream, but you can't visibly see the game. Still, alcohol is only allowed on the second level. But we've got a lot more options this year and should make it fun. But we've got a lot of surprises with that coming too.
Yeah, so I like that. So basically you can go up to that mezzanine second level. You can buy your drinks and watch the game, stand up there and still kind of be a part of everything, but enjoy the bar area. So you don't really have to kind of leave the area to do that. That's a great idea. I love that. Yep. It's going to be a really fun addition. And then that's not just for tonight, right? Is that all season long?
Nope, that's every game. The hospitality room will be for select games that are bigger crowds like tonight. Or we'll also rent that out to private groups if people want to do. We'll do some networking events in there before, some community groups, birthday parties. So different stuff like that. But yeah, no, the watering hole, the balcony bar will be here.
I love it.
All year. And it's going to be, it's fun. It's exciting.
It's going to be a great opening weekend and a great season. This is affordable family entertainment. You don't want to miss it. If you missed out last year, you cannot miss this year. Tickets, goflyingcows.com. You can find out all the information. Look, the Flying Cows are giving back huge. Every single game, there is a nonprofit who's benefiting from the fundraising and ticket sales and program sales. Bring your money, buy your merch. Make sure you get all swagged out for the year. There's going to be so many fun things happening throughout the year, as I said earlier. Good Morning Frederick. I'm going to be doing a second quarter trivia contest about Frederick, so brush up on that knowledge. I'll be out with a table as well, recording your greetings if you want to be recorded for Good Morning Frederick. It's going to be a lot of fun. Doors tonight open at 6, so always an hour before game time, right, Chris?
Correct. Yep, correct.
Yep.
And then same thing, we'll have happy hour upstairs at the bar for that first hour too, if you want to come get acquainted with the team early.
So bring the friends, bring the family, try to get your tickets. Go right now, goflyingcows.com. I do still have, there's been a lot of texts, but you can text in for a chance to win tickets for tonight and or Sunday. 888-465-2944 is the number on the screen. Text now, and I will text you back as soon as we get off the stream. Chris, thanks so much. We look forward to this update every week with the Flying Cows.
Thanks, Danny. See you tonight.
All right, see you later. All right, how fun. All right, goflyingcows.com to purchase tickets for the season. I would just go ahead and get it done. Sunday afternoon games are great. They're at 3 o'clock, great for the entire family. There's always concessions available for sale. There's some sweet treats also. Can't wait to be a part of it this year. 888-465-2944. Looking forward to seeing the team out there and getting back into it. Season is from right now through June when playoffs start, so you got plenty of time. All right, join us every weekday morning at 9 a.m. You can watch any missed episodes on YouTube. I'm asking, go to YouTube, always YouTube. And remember, April 1st is our 1-year anniversary. We've got some big stuff planned coming up in April as well. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. Let's get as many people on as we possibly can. Have an amazing day, a great weekend. Hope to see you tomorrow at First Saturday. But no matter, let's be great.